Welcome back to the Lemmings Hall of Fame level solving commentary video series. And we start the second rank, which is silver. First up, we have Silver 1. Let's Get It Started by the Black Eyed Peas. Let's get it started on high. Let's get it started in here. Yeah, that's a pretty good song. And Black Eyed Peas, yeah, Will I Am and Fergie and a few others. Yeah, I believe they first became well known for their song My Humps or something like that. I think that's how they got popular. So we start with a song that I'm familiar with. Yeah, and we start with an L2 sports level as well. So first one would stack. One lemming will slip on by, and I also max out the release rate after like 3 lemmings or so. Yeah, then I jump across these gaps, and then over here I jump and shimmy. Alright, drop down here to get a swimmer pickup, and then we dig here. Make him a climber. Yeah, so he takes this path here. We will bash through the one-way wall. Okay, and then jump over all these gaps. Yeah, till we get to the water gap, and then he will become a swimmer. Okay, and then we need to go ahead and build, yeah, over the trap trigger here. I think that's just the master trap from the Egyptian set. And then build over this gap. Yeah, this is to catch the others, so that they will turn to the left here. Okay, let him drop down. And then, yeah. At this time, I go ahead and bash with a lemming that's by himself to give him a lead to like finish up the gap here. Okay, platform up this gap. And then just stretch that bridge. Yeah, which just reaches far enough. Yeah, so that the others will land on the other side. And that's it. So that's the reason behind the whole get the lemming ahead of the others and maxing out the release rate early. Yeah, to help with that. Yeah, I think the everything just sounds a lot softer when like switching from Lemonade to like Neo Lemmings later on for recording. But maybe that's just me having like a really odd like perception of stuff. I'm not too sure though. Silver 2, Song 2 by Blur. Yeah, no idea who that singer is, and no idea about the song either. And we have another L2 sports level here. Alright. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a lot softer. Yeah, I think that's what I noticed. So 3 jumpers, 2 shimmiers, 1 climber, 1 blocker, 3 builders, 2 bashers, 2 miners, and 2 diggers. Okay, go ahead and mine here with this third lemming. Jump here with the first one, and then same thing with the second one. And then these two will shimmy to get over the top here. Yeah, they will have a little turnaround point here. Actually, no, they won't. Because first one digs through the rope. Yeah, so that the next one that comes will just get on through here. And then he becomes a climber. Yeah, just so I can see a bit better here. So the one that was digging will bash on through. The first one will build. And then he will block. Oh. Yeah, skip too far ahead there. And then this one that just finished bashing through will dig. Then after a bit, we're gonna go ahead and mine. Okay, he will turn around. And then, yeah, that wall is high enough to make a turnaround point, so we're just gonna build over the miner tunnel. Okay, and then build to reach the exit. And then finally, bash on through with the crowd. Yeah, and this is spaced just closely enough so that the basher goes on through. Yeah, he does not stop. Though I believe you will have to fiddle around with the basher position a bit, yeah, in order to ensure that he goes on through. And then, yeah, and then interrupt the basher mid-stroke with a jumper, and that's it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, why don't I check here? Yeah. So yeah, it looks like according to the skill shadow, yeah, you would definitely have to fiddle around with the basher placement a bit, because not every basher position will allow him to go all the way through. Alright, and I just nuked the blocker here. So a pretty nice one, and probably a little bit harder than the previous one. There's certainly a lot of things that you need to like work out here. Yeah, especially with like the best way to go about the level. Silver 3, sipping on Bacardi rum by Groove Connection. No idea who they are, and don't know the song either. And Bacardi rum, I don't think I ever tried that yet. What's the point? I'm not even sure if I tried the rum before. Anyway, one of everything except for Bashers, where you have 5. Okay, the L2 Beach remix track is loud, yeah, from what I remember in the previous recording. So no, so perhaps it isn't just switching to from Lemon Eye, yeah, causing the softness and everything. Maybe it's just my weird perception of things. At least with my ears and everything. Anyway, jump with the first lemming. And then he becomes a glider. And then we're gonna go ahead and stone here, which fills the gap. Yeah, so the others can get on through. Okay, and yeah, he also becomes a swimmer. Yeah, and yeah, this is low enough for him to step out. Okay, bash on through the palm tree here. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and shimmy to get on up here. And then when he stops, yeah, he will pull out his glide and then start using the upjumps to move upwards. And then same thing going back to the left. Yeah, and then he will get on up here and head towards the clam trap, where we're gonna go ahead and dig before the trap trigger. Okay, and then, yeah, because he's a glider, he's able to reach the other side. Okay, bash on through here. Whoop. Yeah, this was placed in such a way so that he uses the openings at the bottom to stop. And then, yeah, again, he glides to reach the other side. We bash on through the one-way camp. Okay, and then bind through the beach houses. Okay, platform up the gap, and then make him bash so that he does not turn around. Yeah, because if he does, then he's just going to walk towards the exit. Walk towards the exit and then just exit. And then finally bash through the one-way bucket, and that's it. So, pretty nice one here. Yeah, perhaps the most difficult part here is just knowing where the worker needs to go. Yeah, in order to come back to the crowd and everything. But that shouldn't be too difficult if you look around a level and stuff. Silver 4 Theodore by Katja Epstein. Yeah, I don't know who that is and don't know the song either. Yeah, it's like I mentioned. There should be plenty of songs that I'm not familiar with, yeah, in this pack. Yeah, even when going towards the more prestigious awards. Yeah, for songs. Let's go. Okay, and we're back to another L2 Circus level. So we go ahead and bomb here, and another bomber to make a turnaround point. Yeah, so now crowd is contained. And the one that goes on ahead will become a climber, and then we jump, and then he also becomes a slider as well. Yeah, this is important because this is too high for him to jump, because he's just going to hit his head. So we need to slide down to get low enough to start jumping to reach this wall and climb. Okay, and then same thing here. So I think this is just the basically the slider introduction level for the pack. Okay, and then when he slides down, yeah, this shows you that it's possible to transition from a slider to a shimmier. Yeah. Oh, he ends up stopping there. Okay. I expected him to go all the way through over here. Yeah, I guess I forgot about that. Okay, and then jump across the exit. And then finally, we're going to free the crowd by shooting a laser, and that's it. Yep, and they all just fall right on top of the exit trigger. So quite a nice introduction here, and a jumper left over. Silverfire, Wild Frontier by Gary Moore. Yeah, I don't know who that is, and don't know the song either. Let's go. Alrighty, and an L2 outdoor set here. Yeah, one of my favorites from Lemmings 2. Yeah, this is thin enough for them to step on through. So they're just going to walk up here, but yeah, just one of them. So the second one will just dig to contain the crowd. Okay, jump across the gap. And we're going to go ahead and bash through all these pulses here. Yeah, again, I think you might have to fiddle around with the... Yeah, you have to fiddle around with the basher placement here. Yeah, just like that one spot. Yeah, that silver tube. Okay, so we drop down here. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and dig at the edge here. Okay, and then once we're low enough, we're going to go ahead and jump. And then shimmy to get across the water. Okay, we collect a cloner pickup. Okay, build across the gap. Yeah, we're going to make sure that he turns around. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and mine. Yeah, and then near the edge, we're going to go ahead and clone him, and then interrupt the one facing to the right with a jumper. And then we're going to go ahead and build over the miner tunnel. Yeah, he's just going to go towards the exit now. And yeah, that's just decoration. That's not a harmful trap or anything. Yeah, right here we're gonna go ahead and build to get across the gap. Bash on through the one-way wall. Yeah, and this is just low enough to help them get out. Yeah, it's like a bit precise here, but yeah, it is enough to release them. Yep, and that's already it. So, Shimir, Climber, and a Fencer left over. So, very likely not intended here, but still acceptable. Yeah, at least it doesn't appear to be like a very bad background or anything. I think I remember backgrounding it pretty badly, though. Yeah, in like pre-testing. Yeah, I could be remembering wrong. Silver 6, Microcosm. By Bella Barto. Yeah, I don't know who that is, and don't know the song either. And this originally was a level in one of the experimentals for Neo Lemmings, where Neo Lemmings was probably going to add like at least one new skill and whatnot. And during that time, there were several proposals, yeah, for the candidates. Yeah, some of which included like the Spearer and the Grenader. And I believe this was originally a Spearer though, but I can't remember though. Yeah, I don't think I even got a chance to try it. So I don't even know if anyone still has like the experimental Neo Lemmings players, so that I could like maybe play around with the lowest with the new skills. Although the new skills that got rejected, yeah, for the finalized version of Neo Lemmings, yeah, it is in Super Lemmings though. So if you fancy trying those out, you can certainly take a look at that. Yeah. As for me, I think it was very unlikely that I will get myself into Super Lemmings, though that could change though in the future. Yeah, but for now, yeah, I'm definitely not into it. So definitely no offense to Willem there, but yeah, that's just the state of things for me right now. Anyway, so yeah, we're one over every day except for the laser where we're 2. Yeah, and we have been L2 Curler Classic. So first one was stack. Next Lemming would become a slider. Then yeah, this is a safe ball for sliders. Yeah, everyone else, they will splat. Yeah, as you can see by the splat ruler. Okay, and then here I go ahead and clone the slider. Okay, I built with the slider that's behind the first one. Yeah, this is to be a platform for the others. Okay, this one goes on ahead up the slope a bit and then bashes on through to make a turnaround point. Okay, and then I stop the basher bit. No, not bit stroke, but with a shimmer. Okay, and then I go ahead and release the crowd by shooting a laser. So in this way, yeah, this is safe enough for the others to fall while spotting. Okay, and then finally just laser on through to get to the exit, and that's it. So a blocker left over here. So I think I remember this one being a bit precise, but from what I remember, seeing Strato's intended solution, I don't think it was. Yeah, I think this might have been one of the levels nominated for level of the year, but I can't remember though. Silver 7 Sailing by Rod Stewart. I do know Rod Stewart, but I do not know this song of his. So Rod Stewart, yeah, he did songs like "Do You Think I'm Sexy" and a few others. Yeah, I can't quite remember the names of them right now though. Yeah, but he is a pretty well-known singer. Yeah, especially here in the USA, I believe. Oh, I had two solutions here. Do both of them work? I'm gonna try the first one. Okay, so I start here with the first lemming. Okay, jump over the water and the trap, and then make him a climber. Okay, make him a swimmer. Okay, shimmy to get on across. Okay, and then shimmy again. Okay, shoot a laser. Yeah, this releases the crowd, and we'll store them in here. Yeah, and this is a save ball. Yeah, where the crowd would be waiting to be released from below again. Okay, make him a slider, and then make him a glider after he falls for a bit. Okay, stack here. Okay, and then shoot a laser here, and yeah, right now this is still splat height, but we're gonna change that by putting a stack where they will fall from. Yeah, and then I go ahead and interrupt the stacker on the 6th brick so that it's still low enough for the others to step up. And yeah, I stop it with a shimmer. So now there is a few pixels of leeway there, so that's the first solution. I am curious as to the second one here. I think it just simply changed how I stacked or something. But other than that, it's like pretty much the same. Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention was that I maxed out the release rate after a few lemmings. Again, this is just to create some timing and to make things easier later on. So yeah, everything's the same so far. Alrighty, so now what happens here? So I stack it there. Okay, shoot the laser. No, it appears to be the exact same as the one that I just showed off. So I don't know what exactly has changed here. Yeah, unless I loaded the same replay by accident, though. In any case. Moving on, Silver 8, In the Name of Amun, by Nile. No idea who that author is, and don't know the song either. But we have an L2 Egyptian level here. Alright, a pretty nice one here. Okay, max out the release rate after 2 lemmings. And then I drop the release rate back down. Yeah, when there's like 39 left to come out the entrance. So stack there. One lemming goes on through, and then we build across the gap here. Yeah, and then we just have him make a round so that he can jump to get over the top. So we get a slider pickup. Okay, so bash through there, make him a slider, and then make him shimmy. Okay, release the crowd with a laser. Okay, and then he'll drop down and go out the other way due to being a slider. And then finally, we shoot the laser at the right spot. Yeah, so that the lemmings are able to drop down and walk towards the exit. And that's it. So, quite a nice level here. Oh yeah, it appears that I did background this before in pre-testing. And I think I remember I did, actually. Silver 9, Lemmings and Mead. By Ailstorm. Don't know who that is and don't know the song either. Okay, this one can be challenging from what I remember, but it's a pretty good one as well. Let's go. So yeah, lots of things to take into account here. Okay, shoot a laser at the point where the lemmings cannot step up through the laser tunnel, and then make a lemming a climber and then a slider so that he survives the fall here. Okay, and then also make him a swimmer. Then again, maybe it is softer, because I do remember the swimmer sound being a lot louder. But anyway, fence on through. And then stop him mid-stroke by making him jump. And then make him build so that he slides out the other way. Okay, shoot a laser. Yeah, the wrong one on the arrows will stop the laser. Okay, and then shoot a laser here. And then we're just gonna have him make another round where he's gonna climb. And then we're gonna go ahead and shimmy. Okay, so now we're up here, where we can finally free the crowd by shooting a laser. I don't remember what my background was here though. But I think it was just like maybe all the steel, but I can't remember. Okay, and then to prevent the slider from going out the wrong way, I just make him jump. Yeah, so that he lands on the other side of the staircase. Yeah, and that's already it. So one jumper, a shimmier, and a laser left over. So yeah, you can definitely see by the time record there that it was definitely backgrounded before. Yeah, with a pretty bad one. But again, I don't remember what it was though. And finally, Silver 10, Tears of a Clown by Spooky Weapons and the Miracles. Yeah, I've heard of like this band or this group before. But I do not know this song of theirs. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, this was pretty much back in the time of like Motown and whatnot. Yeah, the popularity of Motown. But you know, I wasn't around during that time, and a lot of the members on the Lemmings forums weren't either. But boy, was there definitely some very very good music back then as well. Yeah, not that there isn't right now, but like there's a lot of great songs. Yeah, from back in the days. Yeah, back when there was like a lot of really popular musicians. You know, like Presley, Stevie Wonder, yeah, etc. etc. Anyway, this one can be challenging on the execution, but knowing myself, I think I just made it much harder than it needed to be. Okay, so build with the first one, but the next one behind him jumps, and then jumps again. Yeah, and then he builds here. Next one will also jump, and then he builds here, and then the fourth one will stack to contain the crowd, while one more slips on by. So he jumps, yeah, 3 times, and then just past this pole here, he's gonna stow. Okay, this first builder will jump across now. yeah, twice and lands on the stoner. This one keeps on building, and then same thing with this one. And then this one, I believe I just interrupt him. But I do rather to change here being this fire trap added. Yeah, to prevent my cheesy background. Because it was a pretty bad one from what I remember. And yeah, this is a pixel away from being fried by it. But it is safe for them. So anyway, we laser on through. So yeah, stoner placement is is critical here. Okay, and then go ahead and laser through the stack, really to release the crowd, and then max out the release rate. Okay, and then first lemming in the lead is the slider. Oh, why? Oh, yes, the stoner is my loss so far. And that's the only loss that we can afford. Okay, and then finally, a laser to free the crowd that drops on the other side, and that's it. So, a blocker left over here. Maybe the blocker here is used for the beginning, yeah, to contain the crowd instead, but I have no idea though. Because then the problem becomes, you use the stoner, you have to free the blocker somehow. So, I don't exactly know the purpose of the blocker here. Alrighty, so those were the first 10 levels of the silver rank, so next time we will do 10 more. With this, hope you enjoyed the video of the Lemmings Hall of Fame level solving commentary, and I'll see you next time.